Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So as you have seen in the thumbnail, today the video is all about my Wings 1 TCS journey and what are the things that I faced during the preparations of Wings exam and how did I achieve it. That's what I'm gonna explain in this video. So let's get right into the video. So if I would talk about my journey, I started my employment in TCS in the year 2024. So it was April 2024 when I joined TCS and my project. And within few months, I came to know about the Wings 1 Elevate program. And I joined as a C1 person. So I came to know before C2 we are able to take up the Wings 1 exam. And if you clear it, then you get a Wings incentive with your salary, and once you maintain A or B band in the appraisal processes, when you reach C2, when you get promoted to C2, then this incentive that you receive will be added to your CTC. So it is a good way for associates to upgrade their salary in TCS, because if you're a employee in TCS, you get the hikes or the annual appraisal based on your performance. You get A, B, C and D bands, and then the percentage of hike that they provide is very less. So for C1 people, Wings 1 is really a good way to boost their salary, and if they want to achieve experience in TCS and stay for some year in TCS, then this program is one of the best way to feel more financially secured. That's what I feel. So yeah, I joined in April 2024, and I took my first Wings 1 exam in November 2024 cycle. So I was getting all prepared, and for the roadmap, I have to clear the domain learning in iEvolve, and you don't have an external exam for that. Then I need to clear articulation, which will have an external exam at any of the TCS Ion Center. Then we have a business skill, that also we have to have an external exam. And then the most important, you have to choose a tech track which is coming under your business unit, and you have to clear it. So tech track will have two parts. Initially you have a MCQ exam that will be conducted in a TCS Ion Center, and if you clear it, you get a mail for the technical hands-on. So that will also be conducted in one of the TCS office. So this is the roadmap for completing the digital, and you have to secure distinction in articulation, business skill and tech track in order to get the digital milestone and receive the incentive. So that is all about basic things about Wings 1. So I gave my first exam in November 2024. So I wrote my tech track MCQ. So the tech track that I chose was data engineering and visualization. It is T13. I didn't study from any of the external materials. I just had iEvolve materials with me. So I used to go through the course and the assessment that they provide, and I used to do the assessment or quiz multiple times. So in each quiz they give like random generated questions. So if you do the assessment maybe let's say 5 or 6 times, you get familiar with a lot of questions, because in each assessment you get a different set of questions. So you become familiar with a lot more information, and I think almost 70 to 80% MCQs that I got in November cycle was similar from iEvolve assessments. So when I say iEvolve assessments, you have quizzes with Informatica and also Tableau. So that is the similar thing even I got. And also on data engineering. I don't remember exactly, but it's a lot about Informatica, Tableau, SQL, then data warehouses, database, these kind of things. And then once you clear it, you get the invitation for the hands-on, which will take, I think, 2 weeks or more than that for the result or the mail you will receive for the hands-on. And then I had the articulation exam. So articulation was pretty easy compared to other two exams. So articulation is also something that I learned completely from iEvolve. And the same thing applies here. I used to do the assessment or quiz multiple times so that I get familiar with more number of questions. And after giving the examination in TCS Ion Center, I felt comparatively it was easier, and I knew I would get more than pass mark. So I was expecting a distinction there, but I was not very sure. And then I also had the business skills. I think I chose track 2 for that, and that was on a different day. So moderate, because after giving the exam, I didn't exactly know if I'll pass or fail, but it was like okay kind of a situation. And then I think this all happened by end of November, and I got the hands-on mail, which I was not very sure, but when I received the mail, I was like very happy. So I got the hands-on mail on December 8th, and December 8th 2024. So the TCS office that they gave was nearby. You get the MCQ pass based on some cutoff. That's what I heard. I'm not very sure, because how they decide the percentage and things are not very public, so you never know like based on what cutoff percentage TCS is giving hands-on mails. So I was a little unsure whether I'll get the hands-on mail or something, but then luckily I got the hands-on mail, and I was very happy. I was preparing the mini project in iEvolve for Tableau and Informatica, and on December 8th it was happening in Global Access Bangalore office. So I was all ready to take the hands-on, and when I opened the what do you say, the Nuvi Pro platform, right? It's in the Informatica challenge. I understood it's not very direct as in the iEvolve mini project. It was a little more tougher. So whatever we did in iEvolve was like the beginner level, but in exam they asked a little above moderate kind of questions, and I was not that level of prepared. So I just covered whatever was there in iEvolve, but in the exam I think they asked rank transformation, router transformation, and then a lot more, a combination of a lot of transformations and things. And I was already getting stressed, and I thought, okay fine, I'll switch to Tableau. I'll start with Tableau, then I'll come back to Informatica, because Informatica was much much longer questions were there, and it would take more time for me. So I thought Tableau something I was confident with, so I thought I'll start off with Tableau. But unlucky, I would say, when I started to import the Tableau file, whenever I click the import button, it would show the file explorer, right, to choose the file. This CSV file was not showing up, and I was so stressed. However I tried to import the file, it was not showing, and I was looking out for the invigilator, and there were many connection issue, because for some of the people, when they gave the course ID to start the hands-on, it was not showing up for a lot of people. So there was already a lot of people raising their hand for the invigilator to come and check, and it was happening in a computer lab kind of a place, and there were maybe 30-35 candidates in the lab, and everyone had one or the other issue, either a connection issue or it was not connecting to the Fresco. So I was also worried, and I was not, I raised my hand for an invigilator to come, but then as there were many people, you know, it was taking time, and I didn't want to waste the time because we have only like 1 hour 40 minutes in total to complete Informatica and Tableau. So I just left Tableau and I started with Informatica. So we have like 3 parts in Informatica, and there are subtasks in that, and I started to do my first task. There were some 3 or 4 sub questions in that, and while doing that I was able to complete the task 1, but when I came to this task 2, it had a question with router, that I have to use a router and then, you know, give the output to you know, some other, I don't remember exactly, to some other transformation, and then merge everything and then give to the destination table. So I don't know, when I was doing, I had a lot of confusions and things, and I was stuck in between. And Tableau I was trying in the meantime, but I was stuck in that case also. And overall I was getting a negative feeling that this day is not meant for me and things. So, and time was also ticking and I was very stressed. I came out of the exam room and I felt very bad, because in reality I practiced the iEvolve mini project a number of times. So I have put in the hard work, but you know, I didn't know, it was my first time and I didn't know how this hands-on would look like. I didn't know what kind of questions or what kind of difficulty level or what are the other things you have to cover more than iEvolve. These things was not aware for me. So when I came back from the you know, that office, and I was about to go to metro and I was standing there, I felt really bad. I had a heavy heart. I felt that I was going to tear up, and in fact I went to a you know, a lonely place. It was like a tree there was a big tree, so I went near that and I couldn't control, I started tearing up. I felt very bad because in my mind I was thinking, you know, I really need to clear this exam, but I couldn't. Luck was not with me on that day, and I came back. In that moment when I was coming back, I was saying myself, Rima, that's it, you're not going to try this again. This exam is really tough. They give 1 hour 40 minutes and it's very impossible to clear this exam, because you have to complete all the tasks. When you run the test case in the end, you have to get everything correct, and I felt it was a little impossible to do everything in 1 hour 40 minutes, but I was also sure with practice it would be possible. But then at that moment of time I had a lot of negative thoughts in my mind, and I was like, I'm not going to try this again. After a few months the results were announced, and I went, checked in iEvolve, and I got distinction in articulation and I got distinction in business skill, which I was not very sure about. But I was having the status as unsuccessful, for which was expected, because I don't think I cleared any test cases in the exam, maybe like 1 or 2. And should I repeat it again, because there were 4 exams in total, because you have articulation, you have business skill, you have MCQ for tech track, and you have hands-on. So I've given 3 of them, which went fine. Just the hands-on was a blockage for me. So, you know, somewhere I was feeling, yeah, maybe I should give a try. I should give a, you know, a try so that I know it is possible. So in my mind I came to a conclusion that I have to give 1 more try, and 1 more try wouldn't hurt, right? Because if you get, then it's a big thing. If you don't get, let it be. That's what my mind was saying. And then next May cycle, when the registration began, I registered, and then I just had to attempt T13 exam again. The MCQ also has to be attempted again, and if I clear, hands-on also have to be attempted. So this time I was very determined, very motivated, because I have, if I look at the roadmap, articulation is done, I got distinction. Business skill is done, got distinction. Only that tech track is pending. And I was like, okay, this time I have to get it. And I worked really hard for it. I have practiced the iEvolve mini project multiple times, and all the all the transformations coming in Informatica, I've covered it. I just checked in YouTube like how the router transformation is done, how rank transformation is done, and other basic like filter, sort, those kind of things are covered in iEvolve. So what are the extras? Those things I covered from YouTube, and I was feeling a little confident with Informatica. And even the Tableau, like multiple times when I used to do the mini project in iEvolve, I used to check like how CSV file is imported, or how the import works. Maybe that time when I tried, out of some luck, I was not able to properly select. I didn't know, I still doesn't know what is the reason I was not able to import the file. But every time I did the practice, I made sure each and every steps, like even the smallest step is something that I have to be very careful with, because in the exam time you already have a lot of tension and a lot of stress because you have the time constraint. And at that time, maybe the smallest thing like importing a file or saving a file is something that you will forget. So we have to be very careful with each and every thing that you do in the exam. So then I prepared well. So the MCQ day came, and as usual, I expected that it would be the questions from iEvolve assessment. So I went there, and whenever you get the TCS Ion Sender, they give it really far. So I have got all the TCS Ion Senders which are 1 to 1.5 hour away from me. So then I used to be very prepared with the traveling and the time and everything. So after going there, I met a few people, and then we all spoke about our wings journeys and things. And then I went to the exam hall. As usual, I get that tuck 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 heartbeats before an exam, and I went there, I sat there, the exam started, and I saw the first question, and I was like, it's a long question. So if you have 4 options, the length of the question is this big in the screen. And I was like, what have they even written? I just checked the second one. That one is also really big. Third, fourth, fifth, there are 35 or 40 questions, if I'm not wrong. Every questions are very long, and looking at the pattern, I understood every questions are scenario based questions, and none of them look similar from the one that I did in iEvolve. And I was like, okay. The first 5 minutes I was feeling really down, because till then in my mind the hard hurdle to cross was just hands-on. The moment I saw the scenario based questions, I was like, oh my god, I won't clear MCQ too. And the first 5 to 8 minutes I was really down. And then I was thinking, Rima, why are you here? Because you need to clear this exam. So if you be sad and then waste time, if you go out of the exam hall, you're gonna feel bad, you're gonna regret. So what you can do is that right now, maybe just pray for some time. I was trying to be very silent, bowing my head, and I was praying in my mind, and I was like, God, just help me. I'm going to read each and every questions properly, and I'm going to check the options and check which suits the answer, which is very close to what is in my mind, and then I'm going to select it. That's what my strategy was. And one good thing I felt is that what acted as an advantage or a plus point for me is that I have already worked in a data engineering field. So I have worked with ETL, and I have also actually, when I worked with ETL, I used to work for IBM Data Stage. So I knew how to use all the transformations, or which transformation I have to use at which stage. These things were a little clear for me because practically I have worked on it. And I have also got a training in Informatica for 3 months when I joined one of my previous company. So I knew like few of the things, not just theory, but I knew how things would work practically. That was one advantage. And in my current project, I used to work with Power BI, which is a data visualization tool, and Tableau is also similar to Power BI, right? So these were the two advantages that I had, apart from a person who have never worked in these kind of softwares or applications, and something which is familiar for me. So I would read the scenario based question, and I would have an answer in my mind which wouldn't be correct because it's been a long time that I have worked on this Informatica or ETL of that sort. So I used to look at the 4 options, and I would look look on each one, and I would reject whichever is not even close to the proper answer, and then I would compare the last 2, and then whichever I felt familiar or whichever I was feeling that this would work or this would be an apt answer, then I used to select that options. In the similar pattern, the 35 or 40 questions were attempted, and still in my mind I was not sure because these are just guesses. I knew the background, but my answers were all sort of this might be. That was the situation. I gave the exam, I came back, and I discussed with the people that I met there, and few were saying it's very easy, few were saying oh it's very difficult, like I would never pass. And then I was like, I'm not sure, I would say it was okay. I came back, I was really praying, like each and every day I was praying to God, please make me clear, because this time I am very confident about hands-on, but MCQ looked like a bigger challenge for me at that point of time. And then after a few days, maybe 1 or 2 weeks later, so the one of the network medium that helped me a lot in this journey would be Telegram groups. So I was in 2 of the Telegram group. One was some Wings 1 Elevate TCS 2025 or something. There was a huge crowd of people who was preparing for Wings 1, and then I was there in a smaller group where there were also T13 people and everything. So I used to always check with these people that how was the exam, or how did it go for you guys. And many were putting polls that it was going easy for some, hard for some, moderate for some, very difficult for some people. So it was a mixed opinion, so I couldn't actually figure out what the majority felt like. So that I was just thinking, if the cutoff would be very high, then that means the exam was very easy. If it was very difficult for a lot of people, then they would decrease the cutoff. This is what I had in my mind. So after 2 weeks, one of the person who wrote the exam with me in the same center messaged me and told that she got the mail for hands-on and she cleared MCQ. And I was like, oh great, congrats. But I was feeling very sad that okay, maybe I didn't clear, maybe my wing stream is broken. Give up this time, or forever. That's what I had in my mind. But still, I was seeing a lot of message in Telegram group that I received mail, a lot of messages, and some were saying we didn't receive mail and things. So in my mind I was thinking, usually everyone gets mail on the same day, so chances of getting a mail after that is very low. So I have basically failed this time. That's what I had in my mind. And then I think this person told me that she received the mail on a Friday. So there was Saturday was gone, Sunday was gone, And then came Monday, and by that time I have told to my mind that Rema, it's gone. You know, you won't receive the mail again. So you have to admit that you know, your wings dreams are done for this time. And then I was very low that day, so I went in the terrace of my PG. I was walking there. I was you know, looking up above the sky, and I was looking at the stars, and I was actually you know, praying to God that God, just show me a miracle. Can you just show me a miracle and, you know, make me receive a mail in my Gmail saying that you are eligible for hands-on. You know, I should get this. I really wish I should get this. This is what I was saying. And you wouldn't believe, within 10 minutes or something, I received a mail in my, you know, I got a Gmail notification, and it said that I cleared the exam and you're eligible for hands-on. Then I went to the Telegram group, and I see a lot of people saying, yeah, they received just now, they received just now. And then I understood in that May cycle the hands-on mail was sent in batches, so that somehow you know, coincidentally everything fell in place at the right time. And it may be sent in batches, but I still believe, you know, God gave me that mail, and I'm still grateful for that mail. So then the hands-on day came. I got in the same TCS office. I was very confident at this time. I was walking through the same path where I walked in December, but I felt really confident. I knew I would crack this time. And while I was walking, I saw that tree where I cried last time, and I was like, you know, don't worry. This time when you complete the exam and come back, you wouldn't want to go under that tree. That's what I, you know, that's what I was saying to my mind. And I went there, and I started looking at the Informatica challenge and the Tableau challenge, and I started off with the Tableau because I had more confidence in Tableau than Informatica. So I started off, I thought I'll complete Tableau quickly so that I have more time for Informatica. So in my mind I was thinking I'll take 30-35 minutes for Tableau, and the rest 1 hour and 10 minutes I would keep for Informatica. So this was my strategy, and I started doing the Tableau. I was able to import the file successfully and I started creating charts and whatever was given in the challenge. I was confident. Once I completed Tableau, I ran the test cases, and for 1 or 2 there were chart name was incorrect and sheet name was incorrect, so I did the corrections. I ran the test case again, and I cleared everything for Tableau. I can see the percentage and things. I think the percentage was not shown. It shows like past or something. I don't exactly remember, but everything was fine on Tableau. Then I went to Informatica. There was a combination of lot of stages, transformation stages. There was filter, there was sort, there was rank, there was router, I guess, aggregate function, everything was there. So I did all of it, but I did a very small minute mistake in task 3 of Informatica something. In somewhere, I don't remember exactly, in one of the transformation stage I forgot to give a check mark for the distinct values, something like that. But the time was ticking. It was last 5 minutes or something. I ran the test case, except one test case everything was cleared, and I was very confident. But I was thinking, okay, where did that one test case fail? And I knew it was because of this, but because I already created session in the Informatica workflow, and the mapping was already selected for that session. Whenever I was refreshing the mapping, it was not properly getting refreshed, and some kind of error was showing. So that one test case I missed. Rest everything was cleared. I came back, I was very confident, But I still had a doubt, like if one test case would affect getting a distinction or something. But then days passed, the result was announced, and I went down to check the result, and in tech T13 I could see the status as successful. And then I came to the dashboard, I cracked the digital milestone. I was feeling so happy, so proud, because that was something I wanted to really achieve. It was my short-term goal when I joined TCS, and I was very happy that I achieved it. I was grateful to God, and I was so happy. I was very proud of my determination and my constant hard work that I was putting in. So that was my Wings 1 journey in short. I wouldn't say short, in long. Yeah, that was it. And so what are the takeaway from this video? If you would ask me, I would say, if you feel something is really impossible in your life, then you have to prove it is possible. So when I was taking up the exam, there was none that I knew cleared this exam. So I knew a lot of people in online Telegram group that some cleared, few cleared in my tech track and other tech tracks, but in person I didn't know even a single person who cleared this exam. So it was a challenge for me to ask the experience to someone. So while I was preparing, I really wanted someone to explain their experience, or it would be great to understand how this journey is, or what are the simple things that someone should focus in order to crack this one. So I didn't know anyone who cleared this one. In my project, I didn't know, or I didn't know how to connect to them. So that is one thing. Maybe you have a dream to achieve something, maybe you doesn't know anyone who achieved it, but still you should have the courage to try it. Even if you fail, you should get up and try it again. That's what I understood from my experience. And I'm also feeling really grateful to TCS, because they have such a program to actually upskill and even upgrade your salary. So that is something really good from their end, a good initiative or a good program that they're conducting. So that's all that I have to share from my experience. And I would recommend each and every one of you who are in C1 to give it a try and see, because I feel like it's worth the try. Even if you crack it, even if you don't crack it, you study a lot of things from attending those exams, and going through the preparation. You study a lot of things, so it might help you anytime in your life. And keep up the positive attitude and go forward, achieve things. That's all. So thank you so much for taking the patience to watch this long video, and thank you so much. Bye bye.